What's up, guys? Welcome back. Here's a little freaking blessing for you guys for just stopping by on this beautiful week. Om, Om Thumos, prosperity and peace, and women in sundresses to your week ahead. So, let's just get into it, dude. Because you are literally your father without the internet. Think about that. Your father is exactly like you. You probably look like him. You probably got the same size hands. You probably got the same size foot. You probably got a lot of things that are similar to your father. You're just him. He's just you without the freaking internet. And these guys have the audacity and the disrespect, a lot of these guys these days, to disrespect and hate their fathers. I get it. If your father was a complete scumbag, you might feel some anger or resentment. But most of us had fathers that were trying. They were actually trying. They did what they could. They didn't have the freaking internet, dude. So all you guys out here hating on your dad, just think how much the internet has impacted your life. Your dad didn't have no High Thumos men's group. He didn't have other guys to talk to whenever he wanted. He didn't have red pill. You see your mom arguing with your dad. He didn't have no red pill philosophy to say, hey man, maybe you shouldn't get emotional with your woman. Maybe you should focus on yourself. You don't argue. You're not on the same level. He didn't have anyone telling him this. You know what he did have telling? His mom and dad that grew up in a generation and the current generation he was in saying, okay, buy flowers and spoil her. And whenever she's sad, just make sure you're there to just, keep asking her, what's wrong, baby? What's wrong, baby? So, dude, not being willing to see your father as he truly was with the resources that he had, it's actually insane. When I look back now, I'm a grown man now. And a lot of you were grown men. We look back at our fathers. You want to appreciate them for who they were and how they tried. All they knew is work hard, support your family, and be a good husband. They didn't really have anyone else to talk to. They had their little neighborhood of friends. They had their little community, maybe in the church, maybe whatever the hell they did. Work, what else did they have? They didn't have the freaking internet. If your dad is still alive, I'm telling you this, he needs you more than ever. And especially if you live at home with him, he needs you more than ever. And what he needs you to do is just be cool. He needs you to love him. He needs you to accept him. He needs you to give him some support because you're a man now. And you're a man that has a lot of wisdom. You've taken wisdom from the collective of the world that gathers on the internet. You know more about health and nutrition. You know more about fitness. Your dad didn't have anyone to tell him, no Jeff Nippard, no Athlean X. He didn't have anyone to tell him how to do a freaking dumbbell curl. He doesn't even know what the difference in natural peanut butter is compared to peanut butter with hydrogenated oil. He doesn't get it. No one ever told him this. All he had was freaking, Reg Park books, Arnold Schwarzenegger books about how to, build a bicep. Good and all, but not the same level of detail. He needs you to help him. He needs you to give him love and support. He needs you to maybe take him out, throw the frisbee, throw the pigskin, take him to the gym, work out at the house with him, show him what's up, love him, help, talk with him as a man, not as this little spoiled brat kid that, I don't like my dad. And if you never had a dad, I know a lot of you guys maybe never had a dad in your life. I recommend that instead of being bitter and angry at him, you just forgive him. And forgiveness is hard, right? Forgiveness means that you got to let go of a lot of the baggage that you may have up here and these thoughts of the type of man that your dad was. You don't know. You don't know. You forgive him. Hopefully you tried, but now it's your time to stand up and be the man. That's the best thing you can do. And you let go of anger and resentment. The thing about having, resentment and anger for your father is, I believe our fathers are kind of supposed to teach us who God is and how to live in this stoic frame on this earth as a man, to be stoic. When I say God, I'm saying, our fathers were supposed to give us an example of what God is. And this peaceful presence, this stoic, this loving nature, this kind nature, but also strong, also capable, also gentle, but also loving and kind to the weak. And he helps those that are weaker than him. He actually lifts them up. Not to be this like angry guy that's screaming off the top of his head, that gets stressed whenever your mother maybe is freaking out. You see your father freak out too. It's like, we see that. How are we supposed to know who God is? How are we supposed to know how we're supposed to act as men? As like these calm, powerful individuals. And I think once you begin to forgive that part of your, that upbringing, that father example in your life, you're going to feel a lot more at peace. You're going to feel a lot more whole. You're going to realize that you're the man now. You can let go of all that anger. So that's just a little side note. But man, I'm so happy for my dad. My dad was he was a great individual, and he had his shortcomings, just like I do. He didn't have everything figured out, but he tried his best. He worked hard. He was social. He was a joy to be around, and he tried to lift up others. He really tried to lift up others, and he tried to support them. He didn't even have all the money in the world. He didn't have all the knowledge. He didn't have the internet, but he did his best, and that's what we can do, right? And we have way more tools than our fathers had. It's amazing. So I think that we should accept who our fathers are and their lives that they lived, all right? So hope this resonated with you some. If you want to talk, come join us in the group or just leave me a comment down below. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.